Greetings from southern Honduras. These have been exciting days as God is continuing to work in the ministry here in the Choluteca region. Angie and I have finished nearly 40 years of ministry with World Gospel Mission. We've got a couple more left to go, we think. We've spent, this is our 19-year anniversary here in Choluteca, and one of the exciting things that we've been involved with is the nursing school. And we're preparing for our first graduation of the very first nursing high school in Honduras, and it's been a success. We're looking forward to additional challenges and opportunities in the future. We've been challenged by the Ministry of Education to add a post-secondary one-year specialty course. We're considering the possibility of maybe doing something like developing school nursing. We've also considered preparing industrial nurses for working out in the agricultural production and helping people with their health in the communities and things like that. We're also looking at doing some certified courses. We're working with a certification agency that certifies our vocational school students, and now they're going to be certifying our nursing graduates, giving them something similar to what a registered nurse degree would be. A lot of things that are happening, a lot of exciting things going on. I wanted to tell you specifically, if we don't get wet here, it's starting to thunder, it's the rainy season in Honduras. But Angie and I really wanted to tell you about a couple of our students. Hilma is one that came to us, really wanted to be a nurse when the school started, but her father said there's just no way because of the cost. He said there's no way the family could pay for it. Angie and I had just gotten back to Choluteca one day when Hilma came through town with her mother. They lived outside of town, and she said, "Mom, let's go by that nursing school once again and see if maybe there's some way I can become a nurse." Just so happened Angie and I were there to greet them, and they came in and we talked to them, and we found a sponsor to fully sponsor Hilma, and it's been a blessing. She was just 15 years old when she started, and now as I've gone out into the hospital and helping interview some of the staff at the hospital where our students are working, while Angie was up in the States for a month, I learned firsthand what these nurses are learning, and it was exciting for me when the head nurse of the floor would choose our students by name and say, "Hilma is doing a fantastic job." And one by one, they mentioned our students, and they even compared them to other nursing schools and said, "What are you doing different in Choluteca? What are you doing to make sure that these nursing students are being well prepared?" I think it goes back to the investment that we've made and the quality of the curriculum that we've developed. And we have Kathy Stone, Alyssa Barker, and others to thank for participating in that, working with Angie. The Ministry of Education used them as resources. We consulted them in developing the curriculum. I also think about the quality nursing teachers, instructors that we have that have worked alongside Angie, and again, Dr. Barker and Dr. Stone have helped them prepare lesson plans, and they've done just an absolutely fantastic job in preparing our students. In some cases, we've had to come along and give them remedial help, but going back to Hilma, the other day she came to me, and they just moved. And they've lived in 3 different houses since the school started, since we've known Hilma. Family is very impoverished. Her dad has had some real health issues. Her mom is older, and they're now living in their 3rd different house. And she said, she came to me and said, "We had to move, and we had to leave our plants behind. Do you have any plants that I could have to plant in our new house?" And I sent her some plants and had a paint lid off of a 5-gallon paint can that I gave her to use as a tray to carry the plants home. And the next day she brought the lid back, and it didn't look like anything like what I'd sent her home with. She had scrubbed it down, and there wasn't any need for that. But that is just the responsibility that she has in showing her appreciation. Every day when she's here, she comes by and thanks us and thanks her sponsor. Thanks us for getting a sponsor for her to be able to go to nursing school.
I wanted to tell you a little bit about Harbin Giron. He came to the school wanting to become a nurse. To tell you the truth, at the very beginning, we were really doubtful if he could even make it because he failed both of the entrance tests. But the teachers and the direction of the school begged that he would be admitted, and so we allowed him to come in. And he has grown tremendously in these 3 years. He is another one of the students that the nurses actually mentioned by name as doing such a great job in the hospital. In fact, one of the head nurses said in relation to Harbin, "We are so thankful for these new students that are being trained as they are, because someday they're going to be the ones that take care of us in our old age." So we want to thank you for all that you've done in helping us, supporting us in your prayers, and we just thank you for the generosity of the people of your church. Thank you.
Just a little side note, Angie and I are honored to be receiving an award as the Grand Marshals of Choluteca Day this year. I think it's the 187th anniversary of the city of Choluteca, and we've been named as a couple and also one other person who will be recognized and honored that day. And we just want to focus on the fact that it's not about us, but that God has used us as His instrument, and we've been able to disciple others, we've been able to prepare other leaders, and what little bit we can do has been multiplied numerous times, and there's no way that we could have done what has been accomplished if we didn't have so many faithful Honduran church members, students who have taken what little we've been able to facilitate, and they've multiplied that. That's been possible because the church up in the States has been so supportive of allowing us to be able to minister these 40 years in Honduras, and we are grateful for the opportunity that God has given us.